I am not here to tell you what you already know, that the Reed Union School District is one of the best in the country, with great academics and amazingly dedicated and talented teachers and staff. All of that is true, but I'm here to tell you about my story, what it was like for me to grow up in our school district, and how it has shaped my life beyond academics. For those of you who don't know, I was born with a leg condition that required me to have 7 surgeries so far. My first one was when I was 4 years old, in the summer right before kindergarten. My doctor was in Florida, and I spent many months there for surgeries and treatments. I was across the country, away from family and friends, sometimes for very large chunks of the school year. When I was recovering from surgery, I had hours of physical therapy every day. While I tried to have courage, these times were challenging. And how is RUSD connected to this? It started in kindergarten, when I came into class with a large metal brace on my leg and in a wheelchair. Each week, there was a student of the week who would share something about themselves. When it was my turn, the teacher invited me to tell the story of my condition to the class. The kids just listened and asked me questions. That was the first time that I told my story out loud. On that day, the teacher taught me that I can talk about myself and the kids will just listen and be kind. This was my first lesson of acceptance. The second lesson I learned that year was that I was never alone. Every day, there were kids who volunteered to be in charge of getting me places. 2 kids would wheel me around outside and just hang out with me so that I wouldn't be alone during recess. Even though I couldn't run around the yard like most kids, I was never alone. In 4th grade, I had another surgery, and a few days later, my parents brought the iPad to my hospital bed. The teacher had asked if I could do a FaceTime call. I thought it was going to be an important lesson that she didn't want me to miss, but instead, it was each and every student in class who wished me well, one by one. Their kindness cheered me up so much that I forgot how sad I had been. And after learning that popsicles were the thing that cheered me up after the surgeries, the class threw a popsicle in my honor when I returned to class. My lesson there was that when you're feeling down, just look around. You are surrounded by good people. Finally, we are here in 8th grade. Sports were never something that I could do easily. I have had to sit on the sidelines for much of my life. A couple of months ago in PE, we had to do the high jump. I had low expectations given my past experiences with sports. I thought maybe I would get 3 feet. Instead, I ran and jumped, and I got 4 feet 4 inches. The whole class cheered so loudly at my success. It was such an amazing feeling to hear them. That is something that I won't forget. I was lucky to see a side of this community that supported me. There were friends who carried my backpack from class to class, parents and nannies of my friends who took me on playdates, even with my crutches and my wheelchairs. There were kids cheering for me during difficult times and many acts of kindness that made things easier for me. There were teachers and school staff who taught these important lessons to the kids and who encouraged me all along the way. We come from a place where there are a lot of talented and successful people. You guys are going to be the future leaders, the doctors, lawyers, and entrepreneurs, perhaps even the next Jeff Bezos. But we also come from a place that teaches empathy, friendship, and community. As you move on to high school, college, your first jobs, and beyond, remember where you come from and what's most important. Remember that it's okay to just be yourself. Remember that aside from the academic, financial, and the career success that you will have, it is the friendship and support that you give to the people around you that is the most important gift. Remember that you can handle anything if you surround yourself with people who support you. When you experience a challenge, just look around and see that you are not alone. And make sure you support people around you who are experiencing a challenge. I hope you take what you learned out there and go out there and do some good. Thank you all for cheering for me. Now we all cheer for you. Congratulations, graduates. Please welcome Jordan Slater and Anton Rendich to present this year's 8th grade class gift.